What's up, guys? I'm Emily Ehman here for volleyballmag.com with Louisville senior setter Tori Dilfer. Tori, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing well, just getting adjusted to the new life. So I got to start here. So while other major conferences have decided to cancel the fall season and play in the spring, the ACC has decided to play. I know things are still kind of up in the air. The schedule's kind of in flux right now. What are your thoughts on all the uncertainty?
It's tough. I think anytime there's more uncertainty than there is certainty, you just feel uneasy all the time. But we're really excited that we have a pretty much set in stone schedule. We know some stuff can get switched, but it got approved this week. And so we're excited to play a couple ACC teams and potentially have those matches matter and count towards our record if we play in the spring and actually have a full season along with other conferences.
Yeah, obviously things back in the gym look a lot different right now. What's it like being back?
It's different, yeah, for sure. I think the first couple weeks was definitely the hardest, just getting used to. I think volleyball, you want to touch your teammates, you're right near each other, and just being safe. We can't do that right now, which we understand, and obviously wearing masks is different. But I think we're adjusting well. We're used to it now, and we know that you got to push through hard stuff. It's going to make you better at some point. So we're just excited to see the kind of the fruits of our labor, if you want to say that.
Yeah, it's funny. You mentioned you not being able to touch your teammates and stuff. It's funny seeing all this stuff online when people come into huddles and they're like giving foot fives or doing all of
Yeah.
that. All right, well, before we get into your career and last season at Louisville, I kind of want to talk about your story first. So you spent your first 2 years playing at TCU and then transferred to Louisville your junior year. Why'd you choose Louisville?
Oh gosh, that's a great question. I think my answer when I chose Louisville is different than it is now. I really was coming here for volleyball. I just saw the vision for the program. I just fell in love with what the coaches had planned for this program, and not just planned, but they knew how they were going to get there and how the team was going to get there. And so I think when I decided to come, it was like, yeah, volleyball, completely volleyball. And I was okay with everything else just being a little bit uncertain and figuring it out as I went. But now I'd say my answer is that I just really can't imagine myself anywhere else now. I'm so thankful for my year and a half at TCU, and I think it built me into the player and person that I am. And I love TCU as a school. But I just think that God had something a little bit different for me planned than I ever would have thought. And I'm really happy I ended up here.
You talked about your coach's kind of vision for the program and their plan to get there. What does that vision look like and how do they plan to get there?
Yeah, when I transferred here, so before last season, it was we wanted to make the Sweet 16. Louisville hadn't made the Sweet 16 since, I want to say, 2005. And so that was a big goal. Obviously, we exceeded that goal, which was incredible. And I think we've now risen our expectations tremendously, and we know that we're more capable than ever of going beyond what we even set for ourselves. So the vision was really just to build I think a program that was more than just well respected, but was looked up to by other programs for the way that we train, for the way that we treat each other, the way that we recruit properly, and just run the program kind of in a holistic sense. I knew my coaches weren't going to just train me to be a better volleyball player. They expect us to be better people by the time we leave. And there's super high expectations for us academically, in our social life, and just being student athletes at U of L is there's just a lot of high expectations that come with that.
How was that transition for you? A lot of times when people transfer, it's kind of like a reset. A lot of people feel like they're kind of a freshman again, getting integrated in the team, learning the new systems, doing all that. But how was the transition for you?
The beginning was I definitely felt like a freshman again. I was overwhelmed. I was running around trying to get classes figured out. And then on top of that, jumping into a gym that just lost a bunch of seniors. The team had just graduated so many people. And so I think everyone was a little bit like, what's going on here? What are we going to look like? And it was nerve-wracking at first, but it turned into something really exciting for us because we got to reshape our identity as a team. And as individuals. That was one of my biggest things is I got to reshape myself as a volleyball player, mainly through the training we were doing here and just learning a lot of new stuff and being taught more about the game than I feel like I ever had been before. But yeah, the adjustment it went quicker than I thought. I was super thankful for that, mainly because my teammates and our coaches and support staff they were so on top of it. They knew that I wanted, like as a transfer, I think everybody knows, like you don't want to feel like you made the wrong decision. And I can confidently say I know I didn't, and I never felt like I did make the wrong decision. So credit to the whole program for just kind of taking me in real quick and helping me get adjusted.
Well, it seems like it worked pretty well. You kind of touched on it, but last season you led Louisville to a Cinderella story run in the NCAA tournament, all the way to the Elite Eight, as you said. Huge upset over Western Kentucky, and then an even bigger upset taking down number 2 seed Texas in the Sweet 16 in a crazy 5-set match. What was your favorite part of the historic run?
Ooh, I don't know if I could pick just one. I mean, I think just the feeling that we had after each one of those matches, but specifically the Texas one, we were in awe of what we had done, but we also knew that we were capable of it the whole time. I think going into practice that week and even just going into the tournament in general, our mentality was expecting to win. We knew that if we trained and if we out-prepped everybody, we were going to end up, we put ourselves in a really good position to win. Even when odds were completely against us, against WKU, and then even more so, like you said, against Texas. So my favorite part, I think, was just getting to do it with the people I was doing it with. Last year's team just was so incredibly special, and I think we were just so bought in because of what we had to kind of push throughout the year. We didn't have a perfect regular season. We had a huge loss with Melanie McHenry getting hurt, and but her leadership off the court helped us kind of reshape who we were and figure out who we were without her on the court. And she played a huge role in still making us feel like we had just as big of a shot to do something special as when we did with her.
Yeah, I mean, you had a lot of people kind of step up. Now redshirt sophomore opposite Aiko Jones had an incredible breakout year last season, and especially was killer in that match against Texas. Yeah. How important was her success to the team?
I mean, I think numbers wise, it's pivotal, but even just as looking beyond numbers, confidence, it was huge for us. If she's feeling confident, we're all feeling confident, I think. And the better she can feel, the better we feel, just because she has such a presence, not just as a volleyball player, but presence as a person, as a teammate, as a leader, to where we know that if she's feeling good and she is confident and expecting to win, we're all going to feed off of that. And there's multiple people that I can say that for in the program. It's not just her, but she definitely played a huge role in obviously our success numbers wise, but even beyond that.
Yeah, sometimes it only takes, that one person to like light a fire, or have that confidence and kind of get going to get the whole team fired up and get going. So yeah, she just, I think, was incredible for you guys this season last year, especially when Mel got hurt. But thank you so much for, talking about your thoughts on the season and telling me a little bit more about yourself. I'm really excited to watch you guys, and good luck.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Yeah.